Hi, my name is Megan O'Connor, and this is my favorite brain part presentation about the Broca's area. So here, first up, I have a picture of where the Broca's area is located in the blue. So next up on my first slide. So, the Broca's area is located in the inferior frontal gyrus in the frontal lobe. For most people, I think it's like 97% of people, it's located in your left cerebral hemisphere, although there have been some reported cases of it being in the right cerebral hemisphere, although it is rare. Broca's area is named after Paul Broca because he identified this part of the brain and its role in speech production from different case studies. So he did research with a bunch of different people who had brain damage and how they struggled with producing language, and he finally, after many different experiments and research done with different people, figured out what the Broca's area was, where it was located, and what it did. Broca's aphasia is named after him, which is the deficit in ability to produce language. So that's what a lot of his case studies were about, which was people who had some kind of brain damage that then resulted in them not being able to speak clearly or speak at all or spoke weirdly. So why is this my favorite brain part? I love Broca's area because I find it incredibly interesting because over many years, and even to this day, its true soul function has been debated by all people, by just regular people who have researched it, by researchers, by scientists, by doctors, by psychologists. Basically, everyone seems to have some kind of different opinion as for its sole purpose, but it has been decided that it definitely plays a major role in language. So it may be involved with muscle movement for speech, syntax, grammar, verbal working memory, or all of it. It's still debated and not extremely clear to this day. It definitely plays an important role in language comprehension and movement. It works with Wernickes area, which is on your right side usually, because they both work together to make speech happen. So Broca's area is going to be for the production of speech, and then Wernickes area is going to be for the comprehension of language. I love it because it's just so complicated, and I love the fact that it's still being studied today and that people are still out there trying to learn more about it and to really prove its functions, because it's still unclear today what exactly Wernickes area and Broca's area have that are different or that are together or separate. Something that I think is super interesting is that people with damage to Broca's area may have difficulty formulating words in written language, but on the other hand, individuals who have damage to Wernickes area may not have difficulty producing language, but may have difficulty understanding the language. So that just really goes into context on how both of these things work together, but are also different. So majority of the time, people with damaged Wernickes area will often be able to speak fluently, whereas people with damage to Broca's area, their language or speech is going to be not fluent, and it's going to be a bit broken up and sound a bit more strange than your usual person. Some other things that I find incredibly interesting is, like I had mentioned before, that sometimes it has been seen that your Broca's area and Wernickes area can be flipped. And also, something that's being definitely studied more today is how sign language and Broca's area work together, because since Broca's area has been shown to help with producing language, it has been shown that it's not just for verbal language, it can also be for nonverbal language like sign language. But yeah, that is all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed and learned something new.